Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I'm Officer Lavi. We back at it one more time with part 2. Get your stuff together. That's right. For my reader today, I have
Soldier Gedaliah.
Soldier Gedaliah. What you sound all smooth for, bro? Soldier Gedaliah. This brother, powerful reader. All praise to the Most High. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to pick right up. We're going to get right into it. Part 2 of Get Your Stuff Together. Guess what? Me too. I gotta make sure I get my stuff together, keep my stuff together. So it ain't about just saying hey, you gotta get your stuff together. I gotta make sure I'm on point as well. Trust me. We all going through it. Genesis 2, verse 24. 24 for all you bourgeoisies. You can't say 24. It's 24. Go ahead, bro.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 24.
Come on.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
So on the last part, if you saw part 1, if you didn't see it, you go back and watch it. If not, we're going to pick up here about getting our stuff together, right? Last time we was talking about, we pretty much know a man have to work, the household, things like that. We got to go out and get a job. We got to take care of ourselves as men and take care and provide for our families. So we picking it up here in the beginning with Genesis. Read that again.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
So in that, think about this. Once we leave father and mother, right? Once we leave our father and mother, we can't just, get the knapsack on our back. You know the old picture of the knapsack? You just take your little bag. So nowadays, you just throw a little trash bag on the back of your shoulder or your tote bag or your suitcase and you hit the road. No, we got to leave, in order. Leave with, structure, leave with a plan. Can't just boop, all right, you out on your own. Now that happens to some folks. Unfortunately, you just get put out at 17, you get put out at 18, now you on your own, and you gotta just make it happen for yourself. Probably living, house to house, living on the street. But we want to do it in order if we can. Read it again and read all the way through. I ain't gonna stop you.
Yes. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Okay, I wrote this down. I typed it up. When we leave father and mother, when we leave their house, are we competent enough to begin to run our own household? Think about that. So once we leave father and mother, some folks leave at 18, 22, 25. Some folks leave at say, hey, man, you still staying with your mama at 25? You a bum. You a loser. But we're not here to pick on nobody. All right. When we leave father and mother house, are we competent enough to begin to look up the word competent, y'all? I know I ain't sent this to y'all, but go to, Google or to the Merriam and look up competent. Are we competent enough to begin to run our own household? And the weight that carries is not just a light thing. You are running your own economy. Yeah, I said it just like that. I'm going to get into some definitions. We're going to get the weight and magnitude of running your household, getting your stuff together, what weight that holds and carries. Do we got that definition of competent? Because a lot of brothers, I'm just going to be real. Some brothers got they just look the part. Some brothers really look the part. Hey, man, he look good, got himself together, big, strong brother, got his own car, he looked like he got himself together, just like he about something. All right, just seem like he got it going on. But you talk to the brother, just simple and slow. He go out and buy everything as far as anything he want materialistic. The brother just spend money on food, get his check. You know what I'm saying? First thing he want to do is fill his belly. Bruh, pay your bills first. Listen, I'm just let the definition speak. Competent. Pull it up and read it.
Competent. Having a necessary ability, knowledge, or skill to do something successfully.
Can you do something successfully? Not just look the part. Can you do and run something successfully? Competent. Ability. Knowledge. Right? Look at similar words.
Capable. Able. Proficient.
Proficient. Are you proficient enough for this task of running your house? Running your, finances, running your day-to-day business. And you might be thinking like, dang, who can't do that? I can do that. I was thinking the same way. Everybody got these basic skills. No, a lot of folks don't have Our people, we don't have these basic skills. So we got to make sure when you leave father and mother house, the parents know, listen, all right, I had a cousin growing up. Shout out to my cousin. I ain't going to say his name. Lord, will he repent? And we always used to worry about him, like, hey, you know, he always get in trouble. He was bad in school. You know, we didn't think he was going to pass. But, you know, you got those ones you just worry about. He going to get out here. He ain't going to make it. But cuz pulled through. He ended up, you know, graduating, you know, going to college, you know, trade school, and got himself together. You got some folks who you just like, oh, man, they're going to do wonderful. They're going to be out here, be successful. And they be the complete opposite. They get out there, you think they're going to do good, but they get out there and get buck wild. Pull the definition back up. Read some definitions. Start with capable, able.
Capable, able, proficient, adept, adroit, accomplished, skillful.
Stop right there. All right, let's drop that. That's what I wanted. So we're going to pick up with the next from there. I'm going to read it again. It's not just a light thing. You are running your own economy once you leave father and mother's house. Go to 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 10. So, like I said before, we all know, for the most part, pretty much, we know as men we have to work. We have to get out, get a job, be about something. Had an old song back in the day. You got to get up, get out, and get something. You know that song, huh? Don't let the days of your life pass you by. Anyway, for all you old school rappers, you know that song. We really got to get up and get out there and get something. My grandma used to tell me that. Son, you got to get out there and make something of yourself. I'm like, all right, granny. I'm tired of hearing it. But she was right. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3, verse 10.
Come on.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So you thought some old hustler or somebody said that. Oh, man, you don't work, you don't eat. No, God said that. A man have to work. A man, like, read it again.
For even when we were with you.
This is what the apostle said. When we were with you.
This we commanded you.
Go ahead.
That if any would not work.
If any man amongst us would not work, would not put forth the work of the Lord, put forth working, make a means to be able to help the body, he wouldn't work. I mean, physically able to work. Not talking about brothers, you know, who on disability, you know, brothers maybe who retired. Not you brothers, but physical, able-bodied men. Read.
Neither should he eat.
You don't work, you don't eat. You ain't get what, bro? You ain't been on no fly missions. You ain't been to camp one time. You come here, you want the biggest Sabbath sandwich. You want the big old salad bowl. Bro, you don't put forth no works. Come on, bro. And brothers like, why they serving them brother, the leadership first? Why they serving the officers and stuff? Bro, these brothers come in, put in work, hit fly missions, come in on their own dime, driving hours, 2 hours to come in, be about the work of the Lord. Young brothers come in, they got jobs, they putting forth the effort. You know, they making moves happen in the body to push forth the gospel. Not for nobody up here, not for us. Doing it for the Lord, putting in the work. Yes, any who would not work, they should not eat. But brothers who do work, yes, they eat. They get a chance to, okay. But nowadays, brothers like they want rank just so they can get their food first. They want the rank so they get their plate first. Come on, bro, it ain't about that. Read the scripture again.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So we got to get out and get a job. Leave father and mother house. Once we are competent, able, skillful, we got to have a skill. I'm glad it said that word skillful. When you leave father and mother house, what's going to be your means of income? What you going to do to bring in a means of income to support yourself and run your own household? We ain't talked about we ain't said nothing about getting a woman yet. We ain't went there yet. Running your own self. You are your own entity. What you represent. All right, some folks say, well, I can't, do certain things. I got to get a particular job. I ain't got certain skills. Brothers, I didn't go to no 4-year college. Hell, I ain't go to no 2-year college. I went to a trade school. From once I graduated high school, I went to college for like a semester. I said, this ain't for me. It's plenty of reasons why it wasn't for me, but it just wasn't for me. I said something to the teacher one time. She said something back. She said something about, I want just quick sidebar. I was just learning the truth I was just learning the truth. I've been knew the truth, but I was really taking it serious then. And she said something about, circumcision, that wasn't in the Bible. I said, yes, it was. I was like, I even knew this from being in Christianity. I said, yes, it was. This, dealing with Abraham. She was like, well, I read the Bible, and it's not in there. Circumcision only has something to do with cleanliness. Something about, you being good, clean, and hygiene. I'm thinking to myself, this thing, woman, retarded as hell. And I just had that encounter of, teachers saying some dumb stuff, and I'm like, I can't learn nothing here. So I left. Yeah, I left. I went to the work field early. I've been working ever since. But anyway, I don't know how I got on it. How I get on it, bro? How did I get on? Oh yeah, having a skill. College. You might some go to a 4-year, get a degree, a business degree, psychology degree, social worker, 2-year community college. They get different degrees and whatnot. So different type of jobs. Luke 16 verse 3. Once we leave father and mother house, we have to have a skill to be able to provide and run our own house. Read that. Luke 16 verse 3. So brothers might be like, well, what type of job should I get? What type of work should I do? I can't do everything. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 3. Then the steward said within himself.
Hold on, let me get to it. This is a parable. And in this parable, we're going to get an example of what this steward said. Start at verse, we got to be quick about it. Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples.
Okay, this is a parable. This Christ said unto his disciples.
There was a certain rich man, which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods.
Come on.
And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward. Then the steward said within himself.
So the steward was like, there was a certain rich man. He had a steward, like a servant or a secretary or like a assistant steward. Go ahead.
What shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship.
So he's seen that he had some bad dealings, and he took away his stewardship. Hey, you ain't got that position no more. I'm taking that away from you. Go ahead.
I cannot dig.
Now read it again from 3.
Verse 3. Then the steward said within himself.
So the steward said, dang, I lost my position. What I'm going to do?
What shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship.
He took away my position. He took away the job that I was doing. He took away my stewardship. He said, what I'm going to do now? What type of job I'm going to do?
I cannot dig.
I can't go out there and dig no ditch. I can't do that construction work. That ain't for me. I ain't get out there in that hot sun and in the wintertime in that cold weather. I can't get out there and do that. That's not my cup of tea. That ain't the job for me. Go ahead.
To beg, I am ashamed.
And to beg somebody for money, I'm too ashamed for that. I'm too ashamed to beg. So what am I going to do now?
I am resolved what to do.
So he figured out, I got it. I know what I can do.
That when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their houses. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and said unto the first, How much owest thou unto my Lord?
So he ended up coming up with a plan. He said, you know what? I'm going to go around and collect everybody that owes a debt to my Lord. But instead of just, getting the whole thing, which they ain't paid nothing at all, I'm going to cut it in half so I can at least get something for my Lord, something for my master. Go ahead.
And he said, 100 measures of oil.
So one person said, I owe him 100 measures of oil.
And he said unto him, Take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50.
So he said, look, don't worry about the 100, just give me 50. And I'm going to take it to him, and we'll work it out that way. So that's just a parable. I wanted it at face value about the point where the steward said, I cannot dig. Because some brothers say, hey, man, I'm a techie. I like to do computer stuff. Hey, I can't get out there and do that hard construction. I'm just not built like that. I ain't going to survive. Versus some brothers be like, hey, man, I ain't sitting behind no computer. I ain't trying to be in there all day getting frustrated, using my brain to figure out, control, alt, delete. I ain't trying to figure out all that. That ain't for me. Listen, I'm finna go drive trucks. I'm finna go be a heavy equipment operator. I'm finna get out here. I'm finna move around. I'm more hands-on type of work. I ain't, punching computers. No shade or slight to any brother who do anything like that. Trust me. I ain't no shade, no shade, no slight. Certain brothers just built for certain things. But remember, Christ said, hate not laborer's work. I mean, go to Sirach and get that. Sirach 7:15. I believe that's what it is. I think we read it in the last video, part 1. Read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 15.
Come on.
Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry,
Farming, husbandry, like it's a farming type of work, agriculture.
which the Most High have ordained.
The Most High ordained that thing. We're going to pick up in Sirach 10 and 1. All right, so you decide on what type of job you want to get, right? Whether you got a skill, you got a trade. Remember we went over in part 1 about, if you 16, well, not 16. Well, you can start working at 16, huh? If you're a young teenager, you get a job, and then you got like the Kevin Samuels video of when he was saying milestones of your age, like 20, 25, 30, 35. When we get older, we have to go ahead and start increasing in our skill set, in our labor, in our income, how we manage ourselves as men, what type of jobs we do, and how consistent are we at that job. Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1.
So we leaving out the part about jobs. We know we have to work. The apostles had jobs. They worked. They were fishermen. I want to say Paul was a tent maker. It's one. I might do a class on that, on all the jobs that the apostles had. Lord's will, I'll get to it. All right. But we know we have to work. So now we moving on to, like I said before, once we have a job, we working. How are we governing and running ourselves? How are we running our household? Sirach 10 and 1.
Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
So we call ourselves judges, right? We are men of the Lord. We are judges. We are coming in. We are about the business of the Lord, right? We are about the work of the Lord. So you might be thinking, well, where are you going with this? Just follow me. Let's see. Go ahead.
And the government.
The what?
The government of a prudent man is well ordered.
What's a prudent man? Pull that up real fast. It say a wise judge will instruct his people, right? These are characteristics that we have to take on. Let's listen to the words. And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Let's look up prudent.
Prudent, acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
That's a great definition. If you get your own house, you have to have care and thought for the future. If you're trying to get married one day, you have to have care and thought for the future when you take on your new wife. You take on another mouth to feed. Yeah, it's just that plain. You take it on a whole nother mouth to feed, a whole nother spirit to be over. Pull it back up. Yeah, read them.
Wise, well judged.
Let's just stop right there. Wise is good enough. Wise, well judged. Well judged. All right, now let's stop right there. Read Sirach 10 and 1 again. And y'all pull up the word government.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
Right, so we apply that to being in the truth as leaders. We have to instruct the people. We hit the streets. We have to instruct the people in what? In the laws of God. Go ahead.
And the government.
And the government
Of a prudent man.
A wise man, somebody who's thinking about the future with care and thought.
Is well ordered.
Is well ordered, meaning you got your SH together. It's well ordered. Things are in place. Government. Let's look that word up now. Remember the topic. Get your stuff together. I ain't forgot about the topic. This is how we gonna do that. This is the solution on how to get our stuff together. Read government.
Government. The governing body of a nation.
The nation of Israel.
State.
Come on.
Or community.
The government. Read the similar words.
Administration.
So we got different administrations in the body.
Executive.
Go ahead.
Regime. Authority. Powers that be.
Go to council.
Council.
Y'all put the cursor on it so the people can see it who may be watching it out there. It say council. What else?
Leadership.
Leadership.
Management.
Management.
Cabinet.
That's it. Council, leadership, management. Those are 3 heavy words. All this go into a prudent man being well ordered. All right. Now let's go ahead and pull a scripture. I want to hit 1 Timothy 5 3 and 5. 1 Timothy 3 and 5.
The book of 1 Timothy,
Matter of fact, well, go ahead. We right there. Let's go ahead and read it. We already did. Let's read it.
chapter 3, verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house.
So in ruling our own house, governing, managing our own house, read.
How shall he take care of the church of God?
The house, our direct household is a direct path to the church of God. I'm looking for the right word. How we run our house is an example of how we're going to run the church as leaders. How we run our house is how we're going to run the church as leaders. How we going to be as men in the body taking care of the church. Somebody might say, well, I ain't the leader, so it don't matter how I run my house. You still are the leader of your house, and when you come to the body, the church, amongst other families, amongst other believers, how you run your house, you come to the body, is how you're going to be a participant of helping out the body. How you going to be a leader amongst the people of helping out in your administration, your office. Hope that makes sense. All this go together. All right, read it again.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he then take care of the church of God?
You might be thinking, well, it's just me and my house. It's not just you and your house. Your house represents how you would run a larger entity. All right, from there, I'm going to go ahead and get the definition. Get the definition of economy. Because we think running a household is a small thing. Matter of fact, yeah, look at it so it can make sense. I want to go ahead and tie everything together. The definition of economy. Let's start at the top.
Economy. The structure or conditions of economic life in a country, area, or period.
Economic life. Okay. You might be thinking, well, okay, making money, maybe buy, selling, trade.
Also, in economic system.
Read to A. Just go all the way down through them all.
Thrifty and efficient use of material resources.
Economy is the use of material resources. Read 3A.
The arrangement or mode of operation of something.
Now go to the last one. This is what I want. Highlight it, y'all. I want y'all to be on the cursor. Economy. A definition for economy. The last definition for economy is what?
The management of household.
The management of what?
Of household.
So running an economy starts with the what?
The management of household.
Your economy, your household is your first economy. That's what the economy starts. That's where the church starts in our house and how we run that house. The economy starts, we just seen a definition, is the management of household or private affairs, especially expenses. How we run our household. What goes into running a household? What do we have inside of a household? Is it that small or is it much bigger? It's much bigger. I wrote this down. It says this represents us operating something on a bigger scale. If you can operate your house effectively and efficiently, you can operate a small city, starting with the church. You run your household well, you can run a church well. You run the church well, it goes into a bigger thing. You can run a small community. We all, the house, the church, community, town, city, it all starts with the household. It all comes together. Because in your household, you got a sanitation system. You might be thinking, how I got a sanitation system? Is it dirty inside your house? Do you got trash bags and garbage to where, okay, the waste has to go somewhere? It may be small, but when you get married, you really ain't think about all this. Okay, just throw the stuff away. Okay, well, you ain't get the trash bags in time. You ain't go shop because you didn't think about, okay, you made a grocery list. You go and get groceries. That's the whole thing in itself. Some folks say we go and make groceries. Some folks say we go and get groceries. Anyway, that's beside the point. You got your sanitation system. You got food coming in and out the house. Like you got different restaurants. They got trucks pull up to the restaurant, food going in. The food go out, the waste, the trash. At restaurants, same thing. It starts in your house. You got Treasury. Yeah, you got a Treasury department in your house. Didn't even know it. Do you write down your expenses? Your Treasury or your bills, are they managed inside the house? It say home repairs. That's your maintenance department inside your house. Folks buy a house and think, okay, it's just all good. No, you finna have to change out filters and with the AC. If the AC go out, you got to get that fixed. You got to know who to call. Google the number, 1-800 AC repair, or in your local area. You got a whole economy you got to run in your house. It's not just, okay, I'm married and I say I leave father and mother house and boom, I got it all together. No, it's a lot that you got to consider in running your house. That's why we got to get our stuff together. Are we competent enough to do that as men? I ain't dealing with the women right now. I'm dealing with the young men, the men, period. All right? Hygiene of the people inside the house. How's bro? I'm not even being funny. They got a sound bite out. Shout out to Power Hour, the Power Hour Plus. They got a sound bite out, bruh. Wash your ass. Is the sanitation in your house clean? Like, is it like, is the floor swept? Or brothers be like, well, I ain't married yet, so house gonna be dirty. I'm a bachelor. Man, you just nasty. The sanitation is piss po in here. Yeah, I went there, bro. So read 1 Timothy 3:5 again.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5.
I want to pull out the weight of this. Read.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house.
When you rule your house, you governing it. Like in Sirach 10:1, the government of a prudent man is well ordered. It starts with our house first. Go ahead.
How shall he take care of the church of God?
If we can't run our house well, we can't take care of the church of God. All right, so from there, we must be diligent over whatever we have. I want to make sure we understand it. We must be diligent over whatever we have. Luke 16:10. Luke 16, verse 10. Yeah, I said it, bro. Your house dirty, man. Your sanitation ain't good in that house. So imagine if the trash man stopped coming to your house. You finna have a problem. The trash truck stopped riding. That's a very important job. Brothers on back of that truck, that's a very important job. People say, well, I ain't finna do that. Well, at different phases in our lives, you may have to do that. Imagine if they didn't come. Imagine if nobody did that. Bro, that's a very important job. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least.
So this is a parable. I'm going to take it at face value, right? Go ahead.
Is faithful also in much.
If you faithful in that which is least may be you have a 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bed, 1 bath, right? Single brother, maybe 2-bed, 1 bath. I was staying like that at one point. You paying your rent, you 2-bed, 1 bath. Or, you may have some folks maybe living in a mobile home. They ain't got no full out brick house. They got a mobile home, a trailer. Not saying you live in a trailer park, and if you do, that's fine. You take care of that mug. Is it clean inside there? Is your yard in order? Is you straight out there? I'm serious. Read it again.
He that is faithful in that which is least.
You faithful in that which you have, which is least. It may not be that big, fancy house, that $1 million house. But you live in your nice, mean cottage. Do you treat it like a nice, fancy house? Do you take care of that thing? I'm serious. Sisters be wanting big houses, don't even clean the little house they in. I ain't trying to be funny. Some sisters think they can clean. No, you average. You ain't cleaning good. Your husband just ain't told you yet. They just sweep around the rug. They don't pick the rug up, shake it off. You sweep just in front of the couch, not under the couch. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. I'm just being real. I'm telling you. Are we going to be faithful in a little bit that we have? We at the school, you might have a school. Now you bring it up to the school. You got a nice school. It ain't real big, but you was able to get a school. The congregation has been established. Are we really taking care of that building? Are we really taking care of this building? Why would the Lord bless us with something bigger? We keep this thing run down, meaning like we don't even take care of it. And some folks, it may not be run down, but we know we can take care of it better. It ain't what you got. It's how you take care of what we have. How we take care of what we have. I always had a problem with folks who want 5-star taste, but don't take care of their 5-star stuff. You want to live in a 5-star hotel? No. Treat the house like a 5-star hotel. It should smell nice when I come in here. Why? Because I like smelling nice things. I don't want no stinking smell when I come in my house. So guess what? Light some incense. Put some pine sol out or something. I don't know. Some scrubbing bubbles in the tub. Clean behind the toilet. Read the scripture again before I go left field.
He that is faithful in that which is least.
Be faithful in the little bit that you have.
Is faithful also in much.
So when you do get something bigger, something more, You're going to be faithful in that too. Here it is. You faithful. You not faithful. Say, brothers, pray for a better job because they may be struggling. But you're not faithful over the job that you have, meaning showing up on time, knowing your expenses. I get paid this much. Let me actually do good at this job. I know this job ain't nothing, but let me actually put forth good works and good efforts at this job that the Lord blessed me with. Because guess what? I may not have no job.
What was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
We seen the videos earlier in part 1 on the documentary called Hard Earned. A lot of us out here struggling, bro. But I'm going to drop that. All right, so from there, go to Luke 21:1. Treasury now. Treasury. The Treasury department in your house. We got some videos for you. Because some of y'all don't even look at it like, okay, dang. I got a Treasury department in my house. Yeah, you do. Well, I know how much I get paid. Do you write it down? No, I know how much I got. All right, bro. Luke 21:1.
Luke chapter 21, verse 1. And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury.
Into the what?
Into the treasury.
So stop. I wanted to pull out the word treasury. Let's look up the word treasury right now while we can. So the rich man were casting. Read it again.
And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury.
Go ahead.
And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites.
So money is talked about in the Bible. Treasury. That's why Judas Iscariot, he was over the bag, meaning he was over the money that they was collecting as they was on their travels, as they was doing the work for the ministry. Not tithes and offerings. No, it's not that. Read it again. Read verse 2. A lot of Christians know this scripture, but we got to really apply this as far as like us being in the body of the Lord. Read that.
And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites.
2 mites.
And he said, of a truth.
I don't want to, but go ahead. Let's keep reading.
Of a truth, I say unto you, that this poor widow have cast in more than they all.
Because she gave her last. She gave everything that she had, meaning like she believed in the work of the Lord. She believed in the gospel. Go ahead.
For all these have of their abundance cast in unto the offerings of God. But she of her penury.
Penury, she was a poor sister.
Have cast in all the living that she had.
So everybody else had extra excess, extra money, extra funds. So they was giving because it wasn't hurting their pockets. But if it began to hurt their pockets, they're like, you know what, I can't give. You know what, I can't give according to the little bit that I have. Like I said in Tobit. But she was giving to the little bit that she had. Let's look up treasury, though. The point is treasury. Look that up.
Treasury, a place in which stores of wealth are kept.
Go ahead.
The place of deposit.
The place of deposit
and disbursement.
So you bring money in and you send money out.
Of collected funds.
Of collected funds. So it's dealing with money, treasury. Okay. So from there, go to Acts chapter 4, verse 34. We're touching on treasury now. Get your stuff together. All right? We got to all get our stuff together. Why? So we can be a benefit to our nation, the nation of Israel. If we all broke as hell in here, we ain't benefiting our neighbor. We ain't benefiting our family. We ain't benefiting our neighbor. We ain't benefiting those who stand in need, who may actually need help. If we all stand in need of help. We got to get our stuff together and be competent adults, competent men, moving like gods on this earth. We call ourselves gods. We call ourselves kings. I'm the Lord of this house. Submit, woman. Submit to me. Bruh. But we don't even know how to govern ourselves accordingly. And sisters like, okay, you heard what he said. No, sis, you stay in order too. Don't be getting on your man because he may be going through a rough patch. Maybe he may be going through a hard time. We get on the brothers, and the brothers, for the most part, gonna get themselves together. This ain't for a sister to take a shot at the men. It ain't that. But I had to say that, but we as men call ourselves men of the Lord, but really don't take ourselves serious in running running things? Meaning, like, are we disciplined on writing out all our bills? Are we disciplined on knowing what's coming in, what's going out? Are we disciplined on knowing how our house is operating at its full capacity? Every detail, from food, from the funds that come in and out, from the cleanliness of it. Are we looking over different departments? Maybe, okay, your wife, she, you're a married brother, she take care of this, you take care of that. Single brother, she got to take care of everything. This is a weighty matter. Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 34.
Come on.
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Oh, wow. So amongst the apostles, the believers, the followers, there was none that lacked. But yet we got brothers who behind on their mortgage. Brothers who behind on their rent because brothers ain't saying nothing. Brothers being prideful. Bro, I had that same thing myself, that pride to jump on you like, y'all want to ask for help. I can work. That's good and fine, brother. But if we behind on something, we obviously not in the mind space to understand what it's going to take to get this back right, because we haven't got it right, because we behind. What was it that happened? We got something called financial assistance help, right? Brothers and sisters in the body that's coming and that's diligent and put in the work. Brother, sister fall on hard times. Okay, we have something in place that helped them. And in that form you have to fill out, it says, what's your plan of action to get out of this situation? Something like that. How I know? Because I filled one out. I need some help one time, damn it. So guess what? I had to get some help. And then it said, what is your plan of action to get out of this situation? A lot of folks, a lot of us, we don't have a plan of action to fix the situation, so we don't have to keep coming back for help.
Wisdom. Let him that. Hey, I'm just saying you watching the video. Listen, go ahead and press that subscribe button. IUIC Mississippi.
Jump up to verse 9.
Press the button.
So watch this. So 13 verse 9.
A lot of us don't have a real plan of action written out. We don't have that to fix it, to stop coming back from help, to stop coming back for help. Not saying we don't mind helping, because that's what we are going to do. Love our neighbor as ourselves. For brothers and sisters that's coming, diligent, putting in the work. This ain't no damn soup kitchen. You come once a month, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You missing, here it is, Christmas time, wicked Christmas, wicked Thanksgiving. You know where to be found. You probably with your family members. We ain't helping you. Read it again.
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Read.
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet. And distribution.
What?
And distribution.
Pull that definition back up of treasury. Read.
Was made unto every man according as he had need.
We should not be lacking if we really call ourselves believers, competent men of the Lord. Why are we lacking? What's going on? Every family got the same problem. Brother make $130,000 a year, he living check to check. A brother make $80,000 a year, he living check to check. A brother make $60,000 a year, he living check. What the hell is going on? Something ain't right. I always had a problem with that. Like, why are we always like this? In part 1, we touch on it. We know we subject to payments. We know we in the land of our enemies. We kings in captivity. That's what we are. Yeah, we kings. We the lords of Lord. We the lords. We the gods on earth. But we in captivity. Why is it always like that? Look up that word treasury. But hold on, I want you to read 35 again.
Verse 35.
Pull up treasury, y'all.
And laid them down at the apostles' feet.
They took the money and laid it down at the apostles' feet.
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
That's the treasury department right there. The apostles on top of their game.
Treasury, the place of deposit and disbursement of collected funds.
A place of deposit and disbursement. Distribution was made. Read. Of collected funds.
Especially one where public revenues are deposited.
That's it. So we got the understanding of treasury. 1 Maccabees 3 and 10 now. No, 2 Maccabees 3 and 10. Brothers lacking. We lacking. I'm talking about, we lacking. We behind. Why are we behind? Why we don't have a plan of action? Why are we not governing and making this thing well ordered? Starting with our household. Okay, you ain't got no job. Why you ain't got no job? Okay, you behind on your bills? Why you behind on your bills? What was the point it went wrong? What decision that you made and it went left? Oh, man, I can't remember. I just know it just went downhill and it was a snowball effect. Whose fault is that? If it go down with me like that, guess what? It's my fault. I got to figure out a way. Dang, I got to think back, retrack in my brain. Where did I make the wrong turn? I made a couple wrong turns. Guess what? You got to get it back together. All right, read that.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 10.
Read.
Then the high priest told him that there was such money laid up for the relief of widows.
Money laid up for who?
The relief of widows.
So we had money laid up. Go ahead.
And fatherless children.
Go ahead.
And that some of it belonged to her.
That's it. High Cranus. I wanted to point about the high priest told him that there was such money laid up for who? The relief of widows and fatherless children. We was wise enough and had the competency to know, okay, we got to have a treasury. We got to have something set aside so when we fall on hard times or our people fall on hard times, we are able to help and assist them. Right here in Maccabees, same thing in Acts chapter 4. We had these things in place, y'all. I just put in the scripture to show that we had these things in place. Now go to Ecclesiasticus 47:2. We had these things in place. Treasury. We seen Treasury Department. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47, verse 2.
You think they were just guessing? All the time we got about 100,000 back there in gold. We got 100,000 gold coins back there. Hell no. They wasn't just guessing. They wasn't just winging it. Read. Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 7. Deliver all things in number and weight.
Deliver all things in number and weight.
And put all in writing.
No, some things in writing.
Put all in writing.
I can't believe some brothers ain't got their bills wrote out. I asked some brothers that, they be like, you got your bills wrote out? They be like, no, I know how much I gotta have though. No, do you got them wrote out? No, I ain't got them wrote out. Why you ain't got them wrote out? We think the apostles just was winging stuff. The apostles in the time of Maccabees, they were just winging stuff. No, write it down. Read it again.
Deliver all things in number and weight, and put all in writing, that thou give us out or receive us in.
All right, let's pull up the next video. I gotta run through these time stamps. I know I'm pressed for time. Some brothers ain't got their damn bills wrote out. How you ain't got your bills wrote out? I take that like you don't give a damn. And so you in your situation, then you don't give a damn. Some brothers might be like, well, I got everything wrote out. Okay, that's a great start. You got everything wrote out. Well, what are the key points that's causing you to be behind? Think about it like this. If I can't give alms, I think I said this in part 1. If I can't give alms, because I'm always broke. Yep, we always broke. I understand, bro. We going through it. I ain't talking about you. Hell, I'm broke too. If I can't give alms because I'm always broke, am I really a benefit to the nation? Now, say 10 brothers in the body in that situation. Now, we got 10 able men that can't give alms because we always broke or behind. Now, flip it in reverse. Now, we got 10 able men that's on their stuff, everything wrote out. They know how much they can give. I don't care if we giving $2. Like the sister who gave her 2 mites. 10 men giving that is better than 10 men giving nothing. We got to see it collectively. We hurt ourselves and the nation when we not on top of our business. Play that. Go ahead.
Is that he lives his life and why?
So this is a guy who
I didn't watch the whole
made
video. I only watched the first minute or so.
$130,000 a year. Hang on. He checked the check, making $130,000 a year. You think like, damn, how in the hell check the check? $130,000 a year? I'm gonna be balling. Okay, well, this is a good old friendly Edomite finna show you how he make $100,000 a year and still check the check. We finna see. So start from the beginning, play the timestamp.
How it is that he lives his life and why. And I didn't watch the whole video. I only watched the first minute or so. He was detailing why he's living paycheck to paycheck after making about $130,000 a year. And so I want to react to this. I want to break this down. I want to give you some insight and understanding based off of what it is that I see. Again, he's breaking down why most people that make 6 figures, more than half, are living paycheck to paycheck. All right. And so I beat this into y'all head on a regular basis because I don't want y'all to just think that making $50,000, $60,000, $47,000 a year is enough. It's not enough. You need more. You need a whole lot more. So let me tap into the super chats really quickly. Spaces.
All right. So some folks might be like, dang, I'm $60,000. I'm good. $70,000. I'm good. Whatever it is that, your expenses cover or don't cover, where your lifestyle is or not is. Certain folks can make 60 and be good. Certain folks can make 150 and still be not good. Whatever the case may be, The point is of the video we finna get into. We finna explain how his situation is the way it is. Like I said earlier, we got some brothers make 130, still check the check. Some brothers make 80, check the check. Some brothers make 50, check the check. Why the hell we always check the check, damn it? Brother walking by looking like, damn, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out too. Play the video.
A recent study showed that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and of those, 40% is making more than $100,000 per year. But you might be thinking, wow, that's insane. How is anyone living paycheck to paycheck on 6 figures? That's so much money.
He said 42% is making at least $100,000 a year. Somebody like, damn, I ain't in that 42. I ain't making 100. I want y'all to catch it now. Go back and let's start from the timestamp of 212 to 312. I want y'all to stick to the timestamps. All right, let's play it. Y'all follow along now.
A recent study showed that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and of those, 40% is making more than $100,000 per year. But you might be thinking, wow, that's insane. How is anyone living paycheck to paycheck on 6 figures? That's so much money. Well, let me show you how easy it is to blow through a 6-figure income. I'm a product designer at a tech company. I make $130,000 a year.
He's a product designer at a tech company. Don't judge a book by its cover. He got on his Alabama hat. He got on a hoodie. He got on a white T-shirt. He living in a nice house. He's a product designer at a tech company. He makes personally $130,000 a year. Now, stay with me on this one.
And I'm sad to admit that I'm one of those Americans. We're going through my spending, so hold on tight. Grab a cold beverage and prepare to lose all respect for me. We're gonna walk through my bank statements in the month of August, and we're gonna go through everything, all of my spending, what I spend.
So many people are.
All right, so he laid it out for you. Go to the next timestamp. So if you make 130,000 a year, you might be like, dang, I'll be good. All my problems solved. Some folks might be like, dang, that ain't enough. All right, we gotta figure out give me Proverbs 30 and 8 while they getting that. I know I'm pressed for time, but we're going to get through this today. Read that. Food convenient for me.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies.
Come on.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
So we don't want to have poverty nor riches, King Solomon is saying right here.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Give me something convenient for me. Some folks may be like, well, that ain't convenient for me. I need this. That ain't convenient for me. I need that. You got to figure out, okay, what's your lifestyle? What can you do to pay your bills, do the work of the Lord, not break the commandments? That's the main thing. Work, make your money. Don't let that cause you to break the commandments, though. We don't want to be poor. Read the next verse.
Verse 9. Lest I be full and deny thee.
We don't want to be so full, meaning making so much money, we start to deny God. That's why he said it's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom versus a camel going through the eye of a needle, meaning a very small door. Read.
Lest I be full and deny thee.
We don't want to be so rich, like the bourgeoisies. You know, you got 10 million, 12 million, 100 million. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I am God. You know, the Lord is blessing me, but you breaking all the commandments. Fool and deny thee.
And say.
Hold on. I ain't no Israelite. I'm fool and deny thee. They say, oh, you Israelite, huh? You talking that Israelite talk? Huh? We're going to put a plug on you. We're going to freeze your accounts. All your assets are on hold. Hold on. I don't know the Israelite stuff. Hold on, Jack. I don't know no Israelite stuff. We all Jewish. We all, love the land. Anya Yehudi. Like your boy Amari Stoudemire. God loves everybody. The Jew and the Gentile. And the Greek. We'll go to deny the true gospel of us being the Israelites. We don't want to do that.
And say, who is the Lord?
And who is God? Read.
Or lest I be poor and steal.
Lest we be so poor, like they put us in the ghettos, they put us in projects. The project is to see how we're going to react when we so poor together. We turn and devour one another. Read.
And take the name of my God in vain.
And we take the Lord's name in vain by breaking his commandments, not walking after his word. Play on. Let's play the video now.
As a result of it.
On my mortgage, my car payment, my power bill, groceries, gas, babysitters. I'm stressed. and a little embarrassed. I hate this stuff. I avoid looking at all finances. I actually, while I was doing this, I realized that I've been unknowingly paying for Skillshare for the last 23 months, $20 a month. It's almost $500. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Okay, with all the setup out of the way, let's break down my total income. Was actually
Like
$129,000.
So I can see the ring on his finger. So obviously he's married.
Not $130,000, which is crazy. I was asking for $130,000, like a bump up to $130 for the longest time. Eventually they came to me and they're like, we got you close. We got you $129,000. Like, why? It's the weirdest thing. I should say that I recently did get a new job that came with a pay bump, so things aren't nearly as tight anymore, but $100,000 just ain't what it used to be. Am I right? My gross pay per paycheck is $4,961.55, but we're actually
So I'm assuming that that's every 2 weeks.
do 2 pay periods or about 1 month, just so there's more stuff to look
Yep, I
at.
was
So
right.
we'll bump that up to $9,923.
So his gross, not his net, not after 401ks, not after taxes. I'm assuming that he's married, so he probably gets a significant tax break as a result of it. His gross on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, is roughly $10,000 for all intents and purposes, okay? It's $10,000. I'm looking at this for the first time in the same way that y'all looking at it.
And 1 cent. But before I see any of that money hit my account, I pay $1,852.78
So your
in taxes.
gross is
and
what
there's
you make. What your gross you make overall. Your net, what you bring in after they tax everything, 401k, whatever you got for insurance, right? Play on.
$80 in pre-tax deductions, which includes health insurance and dental. And then I pay $1,190.78 in 401k contribution, which was 12% of my income, and the company would match up to 6%. So that was an extra.
And that's normal. Most companies will match up to 6% of whatever it is that you contribute into your 401k. Now, I got to give him some props, right? Because he's saying I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but he's also basing that off of taxes, after insurance. And then more importantly, if you just go ahead and set it and just forget it and act like it doesn't even exist, it looks like it just comes out as a part of taxes, and you need to be contributing into your 401k. All right.
That's with a decent job. Some of y'all like, hell, I live in paycheck to paycheck without a 401k. I ain't got no money coming out going to a 401k. I ain't got no money coming out going to a savings or IRA account. You know, some folks like, damn. So he living check to check, but his money, some money coming out actually going towards a 401k, right? So let's hit the next time stamp. So he got a pretty decent job. Some folks working at McDonald's, fast food, or working like a warehouse job. You know, they don't offer a 401k. I'm not talking about you. Trust me. I worked every damn job in my city. Ask my grandma. She'll tell you if y'all know her. She say, son, you ain't going to get another job. I'm going to tell you right now. I had every job. I'm talking about from fast food to temp services to warehouse jobs. Bro, I done went through them all. All right? I done went through them all. I can tell you a few stories. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to a job. Ask Officer Obadiah. Every time I quit a job, I called him. He'll tell you. Play on.
Is not continuously growing up, okay?
Extra $594 to my 401k, which if I need $1 million when I turned 59 and a half, then I have failed in a big way. A 401k kind of feels like you're betting on yourself to fail, but it is a good way to kind of pay yourself first. There's a concept in one of those books like Richest Man in Babylon or one of those finance books that says that you should pay yourself 10% of your income first, like pay yourself. So I see the 401k as that kind of thing. And I guess with the 401k, I'm not technically paycheck to paycheck then because I'm like putting that money away. Anyway, what's hitting my account is $3,300 per paycheck or $6,600 per month. We're just going to go through the things that.
Now, he went from $10,000. Let's break this down, y'all. He went from $10,000, basically $9,900 and some change, to $6,600. That's a third. That's literally a third of everything that he makes is already wiped out. So when people sit there and they tell you, when I tell you if you're making $100,000 a year, that really only equates to about $67,000 a year, I'm right. Let me say that again. It does not matter if you live in the suburbs or if you live in the city. If you make $100,000 a year before you start to talk about life, you're really only making $67,000 a year, man.
He said a year, man. He trying to tell you what the real is. I watched his show. Guy named Anton. He makes some good talking points. He talk about things in the community. Anytime I pull a clip, it's because I probably watched their show or seen a few episodes of them. I'm not just randomly pulling clips. The brother got some good talking points. He don't know he an Israelite. I don't know. I don't believe. But for the most part, he trying to better black people per se. All right. He do include, other nations because he don't see it as, separatism like black against white. He see it as, okay, you just, if you're going through it, it ain't about because somebody being white or somebody being black. I think he got the complex of all races are equal, but we know they not. But I don't know him personally, so it's nothing personal. He do make some good talking points. So I found this clip, sharing it with y'all, because it's very critical in our community. Any community here. You see, he got the good old Edomite for you. He broke his hell too, living check to check. So I wanted you to hear from him, because maybe you don't believe us. You try to give brothers advice, brother, do it like this. I think I got it, bro. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to figure it out. Okay, bro, do your own thing. You got a plan? Good. Have at it. You write everything down? Play on.
Third of everything, just to be able to have the privilege of making six figures. A third is gone. He just did the math for you. Please do not debate me on this because I am right. Okay, let's continue.
I think you would find the most interesting. Starting with this stuff on the top. So paycheck.
Follow the timestamps now. Follow the timestamps. Y'all with me in there?
$200.
All right.
$99. These are the 2 paychecks for the 2 pay
This is the
periods.
person that
And
got
then
his
this
stuff in order.
first big one, $2,200.
Go back a little bit. I want y'all to hear what he said. He said, this is a person that got his stuff together. Right there. Because he got everything wrote out. He know where the money going. He finna show you how he checked the check and making $130,000 a year. We gonna see. Y'all say, well, maybe he's spending money on crazy stuff. We finna see. Go ahead.
And the most interesting, starting with this stuff on the top. So paycheck, $3,299. These are the 2 paychecks for the 2 pay
This is the
periods.
person that
And
got
then
his
this
stuff in
first big one, $2,253.03. That's our mortgage. So that's
Yep.
our biggest expense.
So he's already paying $22,500 just to be able to breathe. So now that means he's left for $4,300 just to have a roof over your head. That ain't the heat. That ain't nothing. That ain't electricity. That ain't water. That ain't food. That ain't nothing. These are fixed expenses. I break down inside of the Patreon how it is that you need to be able to set up your budget. You need to set your budget up based off of percentages, not based off of the amount of money that you're bringing home. Let me say it again.
So he's saying you need to base it off percentages, not about how much you bring home. It's different ways, different strokes for different folks. The point is we're going over what his budgeting is and what his income is. You got to know what yours is. I think he says mortgage $2,200, maybe $22,300 a month. That's his mortgage. Some folks like, damn, that's my mortgage twice or 3 times. Some folks mortgage or rent. Your mortgage may be $1,000. Your mortgage may be $1,500, $1,600, or your rent may be $1,500, $1,600. Whatever it is, the point is write it down and figure it out. Play on.
In the month. Just for some quick context, this is my house. I'm married. I have a wife, 2 kids, ages 4 and 2. Woo! We drive a Passat and a 4Runner. We actually don't have a car payment because we paid both of these off while I was.
He don't even got a car payment, and he's living paycheck to paycheck. He's paid both of his cars off. He not driving in a BMW. He don't have a Mercedes. He's not riding a Porsche. He ain't got a Rolex. He got a regular hat on. He got a hoodie. He probably works from home most of the time. He probably doesn't even go into work that often. He got a regular house. Doesn't look like he lives in a city. Both of his cars is paid off. All right.
Working the 2 remote jobs, and we've got a little pup named.
And he works 2 remote jobs.
Come on.
He literally just says he worked 2 remote jobs, and he got a little puppy.
Lucy. Say hello, Luce. You're a good doggy. I live in Utah. Check out those beautiful Utah mountains. Let's actually switch to category. This is still ordered by biggest to smallest. So you can see paycheck is in there, mortgage, Venmo payments. I'm not exactly sure what all these Venmo payments are. Several of these are to babysitters. So we have a babysitter that comes every week and we pay her, I think it's like $40 to $60.
I'm assuming that his wife doesn't even work. Remember y'all said that y'all want a chick when y'all be jumping on these coaching girls that y'all be saying to me? I say, yeah, so what you want? Yeah, Anton, I want to be like you. I don't want my wife to work. I said, you sure? You built for that? You really ready for that? Because you can't put that genie back in the bottle once you unleash it. You're not going to get her to go back to work just regularly because you out here struggling and looking like a dusty.
Every week.
Stop. He said, you sure? You built for that. Brother, you trying to get married? I want my wife to work. I got everything. You built for that? You sure? That was funny to me. That was just funny to me. Play on. Because that's real. Okay, your wife don't work. That is real. Sometimes brothers need their wives to work. You got a plan. Okay, we're going to get married. Okay, we're going to, you're going to work for the first this much. Anyway, it's real. Okay, you sure you ready for that? Okay. Play on.
Totally worth it. If you have young kids, take a little bit of time away from the kids, just be with you and your spouse. Some of this other stuff is like random spending. So I went mountain biking with my brother and I rented a bike. I probably should have pulled the credits out and only shown the money that's going out of our account, but whatever. Our utility.
He's already down to $3,500 and that ain't even got nothing to do with food.
is $510 per month.
He already,
this is our.
Listen. He make $10,000 a month, right? But before taxes. So when they tax it, he makes $6,600 a month. Now he breaking down his expenses. He's saying he already down to $3,000 and he ain't even started getting into his groceries yet. He went from $6,000. He didn't even start getting into groceries. He went biking with dirt bike riding with his brother. Like, I'm going to go have fun. Think about it, us and the truth. We're going to go to Tabernacles. Got to set aside funds for that. We might go out with the congregation. Something small. We might go out with the brothers. Might have like a date night or a fun congregational outing, movies, bowling. So you're going to do something. You know what I mean? So don't just be, okay, he shouldn't have did that. What, you going to sit at the house and do nothing? You're going to be miserable. You and your wife both going to be like, oh, hell no. You going to have real problems. So he said he did something. So imagine, okay, you write out your bills. You got to account for these type of things. Play on.
Our bill, $258, which is a lot. And it's because it's a summer month, like August, it's always going to be higher because we're just cranking that AC. This one, the $150, is for water and garbage and that kind of stuff. Then this is for our internet, $76, and then $24 for our energy bill. My wife really didn't want me to walk through all this stuff. I feel like this is very private. I feel very vulnerable right now, but I honestly don't care. I think it's better to show this stuff, to talk about it. I don't care if you guys see how much I'm freaking spending on power or how much money I'm making at my company. I think this is it's better to get it out in the open so we can all kind of learn what's possible and what other people are spending on stuff.
Dentist for $240. Listen, he ain't flying hoes in and out of the city on City Girl, on Spirit and Frontier and Delta and American Airlines.
He ain't doing what you black folks do. He ain't doing, balling rappers and whatever folks do. He ain't out here living reckless. That's a good old Esau, Edomite. There you go. Maybe you'll learn something from it. Play on.
He ain't doing none of that. He ain't out here balling. He ain't out here making it rain in a strip club. This man lives a very Spartan, regular, suburban, 2 kids, 2 paid off cars, 1 mortgage, got 2 remote jobs, house. That's it. That's all he said. 401k. He has not gone into any splurging. This dude did mountain bike riding with his brother.
$43.
You're going to do something. All right, the point is, go to Sirach 42 and verse 7 again. We're going to read that. I know we got it, I'm playing, the video. I went through the scripture so I can get through this video. I got the timestamps ready. I don't want to forget the point of, all this. Sirach 42 and 7. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 7.
Come on.
Deliver all things in number and wait, and put all in writing, that thou givest out or receivest in.
Put this into practice. Let's start writing out our expenses, writing things down, seeing where the funds are going. I believe we got things set up in Israel for, like budgeting and things like that in different departments, maybe even in your local school. Ask about that if you're having a hard time with that. Play on. We're finna get through it. Play on.
Sense. So I've talked about this on the channel before, but I have fake teeth. I got hit by a car on my road bike when I was 16 years old. So smashed all my teeth out. Recently had some dental work where they had to replace one of the crowns, $243 for one of those visits in August.
Some
our groceries are
may have
$890.
what they call hospital bills. Guess what? If you get married and your wife got a hospital bill, or if y'all get married and she may have a condition or something going on, not something like major, but maybe she just got something and she got a hospital bill. Guess what? If she don't work, there's your hospital bill to pay now. You better be thinking about all that. If she got student loans, she got debt, or if you got debt, okay, he talking about, he had to have some dental work done because an accident he had when he was younger. He paying on that now. What you gonna be paying on? What you paying on now? Add up all your stuff. Don't leave nothing out. Read. I mean, play on.
They kind of fluctuate between $800 and $1,000.
He didn't say we go out to eat. He said groceries.
Groceries.
This is feeding 4 people and a puppy. 4 people and a puppy. Don't y'all wish y'all was a kid again? He's basically spending $900 a month in food.
Let me see. Hold on. He said $900 a month in food, groceries. Let me see what 900. So divided by 4, that's $225 a week. So he get paid $225 a week go to groceries. Walmart killed me every time I go to Walmart. It's at least $100. At least, like, you ain't finna go to Walmart with a family of 3. Let's say a family. Maybe if I start to learn, hey, you better start buying like some things to make multiple meals. And I talk about that other day. We gotta get some things in together. But anyway, you get the point. $900 on groceries. What you spend on groceries? Do you know? Do you have an idea? If you don't, get it. If you do, good. Play.
$1,900, and he makes $130,000 a month. So, before we continue into this, first of all, I need y'all to get the likes up. Secondly, please help me to understand on how it is that we can survive on $47,000 a year again. Please tell me how you why you think that it's important for a woman to submit to you making $47,000 a year and you still trying to be a rapper. You still trying to be a rapper.
I had to let it play. If brothers, you offended, bro. I had to check myself on this one. I mean, just being real. We want sister submit, damn it. Submit to me. I'm the Lord. I'm the king. I'm the king around here. Submit. $47,000 a year. $500 a week. We living check to check. We broke. Lights belly on. Listen, if you on hard times like that right now, trust me, I can identify with you, bruh. We got to write out something to get out of that. You know what I mean? We got to try to be more productive. You know, hey, what can we drop? 47,000. I mean, some folks can live off that. If your expense is very low, you know, your expenses, meaning these are things you have to pay for. I remember I learned that word when I was young. I was like, what expenses mean? Meaning it has to get paid, like mortgage, rent, lights, power, even the phone bill. It's an expense. It ain't like nothing I can't go without. You need your phone. How you gonna be in contact with folks? How you gonna be in contact with your job? Expenses, things that have to get paid, right? Play on. This ain't no shot at nobody. It's for all of us to learn and get better from. We finna wrap it up. Go ahead.
Your vision. He's down to practically nothing. 19. I would tell this man that he need to go and get a side hustle on the weekend. Don't
work on the Sabbath. That's it. All right, we ain't saying go work on the Sabbath. All right, let me see. Let me give you that Ecclesiastes. Money answereth all things. You got it? 10:19?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 19.
Y'all get ready for the next timestamp. Go ahead.
A feast is made for laughter.
A feast is made for laughter.
And wine maketh merry. But money answereth all things.
We need money. We got to pay taxes. We in captivity. All right? Play on the next timestamp. We got to work, y'all. We got to work. The next timestamp.
This man, he ain't even living like me. He got $1,900 left after food and a house.
Right around there. Eating out. We're so bad. We're so bad at this. We eat out way too much. $782 eating out.
So that's what it is.
So that's where a lot.
Go ahead, play.
He can cut out that $782. That's where he could be back up to $1,900 if he cut out that $782. But how many of us actually eat our paychecks?
Right.
How many of us actually eat our paychecks?
Single brothers always.
How many of
Go ahead, play.
us are overindulging on things that we don't need just out of what we would call pure convenience? And he's not even writing it off as a business expense by taking clients out and nothing like that. But let's continue. Because a lot of us do it. He's not an anomaly. A lot of us do it.
And this is for 4 people. I mean, 2 adults and then 2 kids. But we could definitely cut some cost in eating out. I never know, like, what's normal. Like, what do you guys spend on eating out every month? I'm so curious. Like,
I would tell you $700. We spent $450 just the other night at the restaurant.
That's talking about him.
We spent $450.
He got a little bit more money. Go ahead.
Rita alone. Then we had the bubbly, it's a little different for us, you know what I'm saying?
You know he being black.
Comment
he
below
doing his black
if
thing.
you,
He
if
had
you
the
know how much
bubbly, you know what I'm saying? You know how he do it. He being black, That's how we be. Play on.
spend on groceries, if you know how much you spend on eating out, I would be very curious. Clothing and shopping for $600, financial advisor.
So he's seeing where some things can be corrected at. Maybe you seeing where some things can be corrected at. If you really pausing this video, taking it and applying it, right, to get our stuff together. Play.
He got $518 left. That hurt.
100,000.
That means you got
130,000. Play.
just be wearing the same old. Let me give y'all a little bit of advice how y'all can continue to refine your budgets, or how you can continue to refine your wardrobe without spending an egregious amount on stuff. If you're a guy, I can't speak for women, but if you're a guy, one of the ways in which you can refine your wardrobe without spending an egregious amount of money is you buy one item every pay period. Just one item. One item. This particular pay period, you may buy a shirt. The next pay period, you may buy a pair of pants. Next pay period, you may buy a pair of shoes. And then you continue to buy one or two items. The next pay period, you may buy, replace all of the underwear that's in your drawer. You may get some socks. The next pay period.
All right, that's a good tactic. All right, I got to skip some of it, but that's a good tactic. All right, so let's jump to Sirach 29:21. It's a lot of good stuff in there. Lord's will, you pause it, you apply it, you write down your expenses, you apply the scriptures. We apply the scriptures. Sirach 29:21. Now getting your own. That was a good point, a good tip. Some brothers be buying T-shirts. They had a T-shirt for so long, the damn T-shirt collar go to stretching. Every time you put the T-shirt on, like putting on, a damn, like you got a whole wide. That's ugly. Get a T-shirt that kind of fits your neck a little bit. I know, because I used to wear them old wrinkled T-shirts where it don't fit your neck, because it been stretched out so much because you done wore the same damn T-shirt. The bottom of the sock just brown and dirty. You done washed it 100 times, still just a stain forever. The bleach ain't working no more. Buy a new pair of socks, bro. It's time. It's time. I know. We got to get it together. Little things gonna make the big things. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 21.
Come on.
The chief thing for life is water.
So we need water. We got to have money to buy water.
And bread.
Read.
And clothing.
And clothing. He gave you a good tip on how to get some new I met one dude one time. A dude named Chucky down where I'm from. He was kind of older than me. He pulled up. He was just doing bad. He pulled up, man. He said, man, I need it all. Brand new socks and drawers. Bruh, Chucky was doing bad, bro. It ain't nothing better than having a clean pair of socks and some nice underwear. Listen, bro, it's time to upgrade. Read on.
And an house to cover shame.
So read again from the top.
The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and an house to cover shame.
Go ahead.
Better is the life of a poor man.
So we got to have these things. Go ahead.
In a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
That don't mean you can't roommate with a brother. I'm not talking to anybody in particular, but if I talk to you about this topic, then if it shoe fit, wear. If it don't apply, let it fly. Have your own spot, yes. Meaning like, okay, you have the means to have your own place. But if you're trying to room with brothers to save money because you're behind, there's nothing wrong with that. Nah, bro, I got to have my own. Read it again.
Better is the life of a poor man.
The Bible say better of the life of a poor man. I'm poor. My life better by myself. I'm not mocking the scriptures. I don't want you to mock the scriptures. I want us to use wisdom. But that's how we be thinking in our low-level mind. We being black. Bro, Issachar do it all the time. Issachar be having one big house. Families come together. They get themselves right, get their credit right, get out of debt, then they move out on their own. Black folks, we want to struggle forever by ourselves. What the hell is wrong with us? Read.
Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
Okay. You being delicate in another man's house, meaning like you better off. Okay, you don't want to have the means to stay by yourself once you finally do. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Mm-hmm.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
That's the point. You going from house to house to house. Not you rooming with a brother. Y'all come together, get y'all stuff together, and you get your own house. Now, if you went from house to house, that's the context of it. You're being a bum. The context of this is you're being a bum, right? Not saying, okay, even if you do get your own house, you may hit hard times again. But now you're able to weather that hard time. You're able to weather that storm because you saved a little bit. You might have lost your job, but now you got your own house. You was able to save a little bit. You got out of debt, so that now you not being in debt helped you go through that hard time. But to get out of the debt, you room with 3 other brothers. Y'all got your own spot. Y'all was able to get out of debt, save money, got a contract wrote up. All things in writing, remember? All things in writing. Y'all was able to help each other. That's loving your neighbor as yourself. Hey, bro, I can help you with that. You can help me with this. Let's come together. Zephaniah 2:1. Read. Say right there in Sirach. Go ahead.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For without a stranger thou dares not open thy mouth.
What verse you at?
Verse 24.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks. Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words.
That's when you being the person that's bumming at somebody else's house. All right, let's drop that. I got to move on. All right, Proverbs 10:4. Proverbs 10:4. I got a few more scriptures. We're going to wrap it up.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 4. He become a poor that dealeth with a slack hand.
You become as poor when we become poor when we deal with a slack hand. We're not diligent. We're not on top of our expenses. We're not on top of writing out our bills. If I ask you how much does it take to run your household, you should know that off top. Okay, I know right now it takes $1,200 a week to run my house. So that's $1,200 times 4 for the month. That's how much it takes to run my house. Okay, I know it takes $2,000 a week to run my house. If I don't make this number, my house is going to suffer in this area. How you don't know that? Why you ain't got that wrote down? Read it again.
He become a poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
You be diligent, you'll get out of that poor state. Proverbs 6 through 11. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 through 11.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
What?
Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
We love this scripture. Go ahead.
Consider her ways and be wise.
Do we really apply that? Now, you know what? This ant here, they finna really be preparing for the winter. How can we afford not to be on top of our game? You can afford to really take a day off? Dang, you must be in a good position. I can't afford not to wake up on time. I can't afford not to prepare for this day. I can't afford not to. But brothers think they can afford to, hey, take off. I can afford not to wake up on time. I can afford to be late. I can afford to not get the oil change on this day. Like basically doing hey, I got to get the oil change. Why? Because if my car go down, a lot finna happen because I ain't going to have no way to work. If my car go down, a lot finna happen because I ain't going to have no way to go do the Walmart pickup. So it's very important we get the oil change. It's very important I stay on top of these tires. We think that's like basic stuff, but that's little things that are going to affect something big if we don't stay on top of it. Read.
Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest.
The ant is on top of their business. For some reason, we ain't on top of our business, though. The ant know, okay, we got the pantry over here, and this side of the dirt hill. Listen, we got more food down at the bottom of the dirt hill. The ant know what's going on. They say, I got to keep working. Okay, somebody drop a piece of candy. We finna go get that piece of candy. We ain't let nothing go. The ant on top of his. Read on.
How long without sleep, O sluggard?
How long we going to stay asleep? You going to keep hitting snooze? I know you tired. Get up. I learned me. This is what I learned from my little experience of life. It's better for me, and even for those around me, for my house, it's better for me, first off, if I go ahead and get up and take care of business. It's better for me to wake up on time so I can go ahead and be energetic or prepare my breakfast, or if you got a wife, she prepare your breakfast, or so I can have that energy to stay awake, to have that strength to get through the work that day. Because I need a productive day today. I need a productive day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rest on the Sabbath. Guess what? I need a productive day Sunday to get ready for Monday, whatever your work schedule is. I can't be sluggard on nothing, because the moment I get sluggard on something else from the slack. Oh, damn, I ain't get my clothes washed in time because I ain't get up early enough. Single brothers. Oh, damn, I had to spend an extra $20 today because I ain't prepared my lunch because I was so tired. I ain't want to take an extra 10 minutes to prepare my lunch. So now I got to just go ahead and go to work, spend this extra 20 when I could have saved that 20. And then, okay, instead of buying that 2 number 5s, I could have gave it to alms. Oh, dang, I ain't go to Walmart on time because I was tired. So now I'm having to buy out food every week. For this week because I was tired. Bro, stay on top of the schedule. Stick to what you got to stick to. It helps out in the long run. That's what I've learned. Do what you going to do. Read.
How long without sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man.
That's when it's going to come. We slipping on our game. Proverbs 22:29. We slipping. 22:29. These basic things, but if we apply it, it's going to make a world of difference. How about you get up an extra 10 minutes, maybe just, let's say an extra 30 minutes, and just get up and walk. Help your heart out. Help your vascular circulatory system out for your overweight brothers. Yeah, I said it. I love you, bro. You got to lose some damn weight. It's time. When you going to do it? Get your stuff together. Me, I'm skinny. They say I'm a little poor brother. They say I still may not be healthy. Guess what? Got to put down the sweets, damn it. Maybe, brother, I'm almost a pre-diabetic. Brothers who skinny think they good. Bro, you eating so much sweets, you a pre-diabetic, don't even know it. Put the damn sweets down. Some things like that. We got to get better in all fronts. Oh, but I'm a God on earth. Call me Lord. Call me King. Man, sit your behind down somewhere, bro. That was the sister thinking anyway. Sit down somewhere, man. Sit down, bro. Come on now, champ. Honestly, seriously, though, sister, don't be bringing your man down. He going to get it together. Read on.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business?
Be diligent in the Lord's business.
He shall
be diligent in your business, meaning like your day-to-day affairs. Be diligent in all areas of business. Give me that in Romans 12. You know what I want? Not slothful in business. I thought I had it down, but I want that. Yeah, Romans 12:11.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 11. Not slothful in business.
Paul told it to the Romans. Don't be slothful in business. He's telling it to us. Not slothful in business. Read.
Fervent in spirit.
Be fervent in the spirit. Every day I got to have a high output of how can I get better spiritually? How can I get better at my job? How can I get better communicating with my spouse? How can I get better working out this issue? How can I get this point across for this person? Fervent in business, fervent in spirit. Some folks, they ain't just broke financially. Some folks broke on all fronts. Maybe we got to call a class that. Just get yourself together. You broke on all fronts. I've been broke down, broke on all fronts. Your health broke, your pockets broke, your marriage broke, you just broke. We got to get it together. It sounds funny, but that's real, bro. Don't be over there laughing. Read on.
Serving the Lord.
We got to read it again.
Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
We got to be like that. Go back to Proverbs 22. Matter of fact, drop Proverbs 22. You get the point. All right, Sirach 25:3. I'm almost done. We got to work while we young. Work, work, work. Yep, keep on working. You tired, go to sleep, wake up, back working. Guess what? We in slavery. We in captivity. You think you free. What did they hit you with them taxes? And wait till Christ come back. We're going to see who really free. Sirach 25:3.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 3. And thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth.
If you ain't getting nothing while you young, you ain't putting in the work while you young.
How canst thou find anything in thine age?
How you going to have anything when you get older? Oh, their retirement gone. Huh? You trying to save for their retirement, they going to push that back to where you just going to die before you get it. We got to work while we young to have something while we older. Get out of debt if you can. Pay your debt down at least something. I know I'm trying to do that. I got to just take the credit card and just cut it. Quit using the damn thing. It's maxed out. $32 left on there ain't finna help you out none. It's maxed out. All right? We got to start learning how to put in the work while we young and make things happen. All right, 1 Timothy 6, I'm going to end it with this. 1 Timothy 6 and 6 through 10.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness.
This ain't about a get rich class. Some folks like, oh man, you trying to get rich, gotta make some money. You chasing that bag. I ain't chasing no bag. I'm broke, damn it. I'm broke. I'm trying to figure out how to get out this hole. Brother, quit laughing over there, bro. This is a serious topic. Brother's over there, he broke as hell too. He know it. Proper 1 Timothy 6 and 6. That's why you laughing. 1 Timothy 6 and 6.
But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing.
So godliness with contentment is great gain. I ain't saying you gotta be content with staying in a 1-bedroom apartment in the projects on EBT. Use that EBT card. My mama had an EBT card. I'm proud of that EBT card. If you got an EBT card, use the damn card. I wish I can get one now. I can't get one. They say I make too much. And then they text the hell out of me, and I gotta go to Walmart, and I'm back broke again. Anyway, listen. Find contentment. Find to where you're okay. You paying your bills. You living comfortably to where, okay, you know you're not splurging. You know you giving the alms. You know you putting in the work. Find that place of you able to do that. Not to where you can barely make it to the Sabbath. Bro, it's hard. You barely making it to the Sabbath. That ain't no good thing. Try to get it to where we can make it to the Sabbath comfortably. You know, we ain't worry about the $20 in gas. We at the pump making $20 decisions. I've done that. Like, damn, I got $20. Shit. Oh, excuse me. Then I got $20. I got to go an hour and a half. Okay, let me put in 15 and see if I can make it damn back. I'm going to say this 5. Listen, bro, I done been there. Read on.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out.
So some folks use that like, well, YOLO, I'm going to just spend money. I'm going to just, buy what I want to buy. Read it again.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we cannot carry anything. We cannot carry nothing out.
Read. I want to find a precept on it.
And having food and raiment.
Hold on. Yes. Read that part again. Then I want you to go to Sirach 29 and 10. So read that part again.
For we brought nothing into this world.
So we ain't bring nothing in this world.
And it is certain we can carry nothing out.
And we ain't taking none of this stuff with us. So don't get caught up on materialistic things. Don't get caught up on trying to, get rich and buy the big house. I can't bring the big house with me. Flip side to that, don't get so caught up to where you just spending money thinking YOLO. I'm just spending, I got it. I'm just going to spend it. How about apply this scripture? Sirach 29, 10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 10. Lose thy money for thy brother.
So if you got extra, you got money, lose the money for your brother, meaning you help him out. You ain't just going and splurging. You thinking about, instead of buying a $500,000 house or a $300,000 car, $200,000 car, or a $100,000 car, whatever it is, you got extra. How about you lose that money for your friend? That's what the Bible's saying. Meaning like you able to help somebody out. You able to love your neighbor as yourself truly. Read.
Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost.
You trying to save it, it's going to rust and get lost. They finna tax it. It's going to get lost somehow. Somebody going to end up robbing it, taking it, scamming it, or maybe you just end up spending it, and you don't know where it went to. It went to nothing productive. When you sit back and say, dang, you know what? I could have helped out this person. I could have helped out the Prophets Travel here. I could have gave to the Booster Club. I could have helped send the brothers over to Africa to teach the true gospel. I could have helped send them to different parts that they've never been to, and help teach the true gospel. Christ is black. We the 12 tribes. Go back. 1 Timothy. Go back. Could it be done?
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7.
Yep.
For we brought nothing into this world.
Come on.
And it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
Be content. You got your bills paid. We got food. We got, we got clothes on our back. Put on a nice shirt sometime. Ain't nothing wrong with buying a nice shirt. The T-shirt getting old and wore out, throw the damn thing away, get another. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Read.
But they that be rich.
Meaning like you just chasing money, you breaking the commandments for the money, you running the Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme. You got folks, just hitting their card every week just over a reoccurring payment because they believe in your product or program or whatever it is. You extorting people. You ain't, you know what I mean? Bro. Don't get to the point where we trying to extort people. We trying to take from our own. Things like that. You trying to be rich. You trying to break the commandments to be rich. You stealing. You lying about stealing. We being deceitful. Things like that. One scripture says, sin stick close between buying and selling. Read.
Fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
We're not trying to get to that point. Yes, we're talking about bettering ourselves. We're not talking about getting rich. We don't want to get to the point where we breaking the commandments to chase money, right? We chasing money, we breaking the commandments. It's not about getting rich. It's about getting productive as a nation of people. Get our stuff together. See, I put myself in there. I got to get my stuff together. We got to get our stuff together. How can we stop being check to check if we can possibly? Possibly. Is there a way? Have you actually tried? Have we actually took the necessary steps? All right, so with that, we're going to end the class. Lord's will, you're able to get something from it. Most High in Christ bless.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.